Hello and welcome to How Do I Homeschool. My name is Rebecca Devitt and today we're going to be talking about how long should a homeschool day last. We've all seen the image of the child slumped over their desk, fallen asleep over their homework. Is this what learning should be? Today I'm going to give you a few tips about how you can make your homeschool day a little bit more interesting and more successful. First of all, remember that your aim as a homeschool parent is to create lifelong learners who want to learn on their own. That is, when they're in high school, they shouldn't have to be relying on you to push them to get their work done. And I think for most homeschools, where children have been growing up homeschooling the whole way along, it's acceptable to be able to expect this from your children by the time they reach high school. That was certainly the case in our family. But the answer to how long a homeschool day should last is really dependent on how the student is going that day. If they are supercharged, it's good to do more than you might otherwise do. And if they're interested in the material, it could be worthwhile doing a little bit more. But if they're having a bad day or they're just a little bit sick, it might be worthwhile either having a day off or doing a little bit less than normal. A great option is to plan so you have a 4-day homeschool week. What this means is that you have a day of buffer. So if on all your on days, your 4 on days, one of your children is having a bad day, you can just have a day off and then do all your work on the Friday, perhaps, which was the day off you were going to take. And I love this about homeschooling is it can be really flexible. I'd also really like to encourage you not to push your child when they're, for example, doing mathematics and they're in tears and they're not enjoying it. You don't learn much when the child is in that state. And so desist, have a break, and then perhaps go back to it if you need to keep doing it for that day, or have a day off. Try to think about a more enjoyable way you can do that subject. For example, the multiplication tables is often quite a difficult thing to teach. But can you get a fun board game which will teach you multiplication and perhaps other concepts like division? This is a great way to make learning fun because once you have made the association between games and fun and mathematics, then the child will be much more inclined to do mathematics in the future. This is just one way that you can help to make your homeschool a little bit more fun. I'd also encourage you to think about getting a curriculum that doesn't have your children sitting down at the books all day long. I'm not an affiliate with My Father's World, but I really love that curriculum. I think it is relatively brief and it has children doing a lot of hands-on things to maintain the interest in the subject. This said, and perhaps this is what you are waiting for, generally most homeschool families spend around 2 to 3 hours on average a day in their books. Obviously, younger children spend less time and older children spend significantly more time. So for example, Year 1 student might just spend half an hour in the books, whereas a Year 12 student could spend anywhere from 4 to 10 hours learning their subject. And obviously it depends how motivated the student is as to how quickly they will get their work done. A lot of parents worry that their children won't be up to scratch if they need to get into university one day, for example. But what I've found is that homeschoolers have a remarkable ability to catch up if they've been taught to be lifelong learners. And that is because the subjects are interesting to them because they've learned how to be interested in them instead of just being pushed along by a teacher and being spoon-fed the whole time. So I really hope that that helps to answer your question about how long a homeschool day should last. Please like, subscribe and comment. I'd be interested to see if you have any other thoughts about how long a homeschool day should last. There's obviously a lot of factors involved, so I'd love to hear your thoughts on this, especially if you're an experienced homeschool parent. Thanks, bye. Please like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video.